Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red to Chatter, the show about everything Star Wars. And there's a dog barking. I'm Dallin. That's Jay.
Hey guys.
And that's Ryan. And today we don't have much to talk about, but we did see the finale of Rebels,
Right.
which was really good. So I guess we'll start off by talking about that.
The spoilers. There will be spoilers.
Yeah. So overall thoughts on the ending and everything,
Not as many people died as I thought were going to have to die at the end.
Right.
I mean, you only lost one guy, and he wasn't a very pivotal character.
even though he is one of my favorite clones, which sucked, because Gregor is because he brought back the commandos into the canon in Clone Wars. And he was just an interesting character because, he had no memory of being a clone and he was just a dishwasher. And
Yeah.
he was just a very interesting character.
But in the overall scheme of things, very minute character.
Yeah.
But I mean, his death was very honorable, heroic. I mean, he did what he had to do his part to.
So everybody else could get it out of there.
Yep. They could accomplish their mission. I really like Ezra in these last few episodes.
Yes.
For me, he really.
He became a Jedi.
Yeah.
Really.
He really takes that role on, full steam ahead. He doesn't back away from anything, and he trusts his own intuition.
Yeah.
Like, he's not, questioning things anymore. He, knows what he needs to do, and he just does it. And even though he doesn't necessarily fill everybody in on the plan, which I think is smart on his part, because then it can't be
You found out.
ruined, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just through. Yeah, because if everybody knew about the plan, maybe one person gets captured and then they torture him to get the plan.
Yeah,
You just never know.
basically.
You don't know, so he just doesn't tell them what the
Right,
whole
and
plan
also,
is.
if
Yeah.
they know too much of his end goal, they might not,
Let him do it.
let it, agree to do
Do
it.
it, yeah.
And, Sabine and Ezra definitely have that connection, and it grows even stronger in these last few episodes of Rebels. And so, that look that they give each other when Ezra's like, it's time. And even Chopper's like, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
He gives Ezra the way out without anybody knowing. I just thought that whole moment was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. I particularly like the fighting, because I think they really upped the ante with the battle scenes
Yeah.
in this finale. I mean, it's an hour and a half finale? Or maybe 45 minutes because of commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they definitely did a pretty good battle scene inside the generator.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With multiple levels and people shooting at each other and stuff
Right.
like that.
Takes you a little bit back to all those scenes on the Death Star for the first time when Han and Luke and Leia, they're running around the Death Star.
Yeah.
It kind of harkens back to those
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, because they got to go get the generators back online. He's looking for the controls to extend the bridge.
Right.
And then I just, of course, when we're watching it, I throw out the line of, I think I just blasted him.
Right.
Yeah.
They're coming through.
Yeah.
That whole scene, it's like a little mirror image to that a little bit. It's just a nice little take back to A New Hope.
Hope, yeah.
I was happy when friggin'
Rook died.
when Thrawn's little toady got fried.
He got
I was
electrocuted to
I was
death.
just tired of that guy. That character.
I like Zeb's lines there too.
Yeah, when he's talking to Thrawn.
It's like, oh, you're going to have to try to call him back later.
He's
Uh,
busy.
And also, Jizuku.
Oh, no,
That
forget
last
about,
part, forget about that last part.
Forget about calling back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forget about calling back. He's dead.
I think that was a pretty fitting end for Rook, to be honest.
But we called it when that one guy's like, we got to send out a signal. The kid's like, I got to send out a signal on frequency 0. And all of us were like, space whales are coming. The space whales are
It's
coming.
the space whales.
Sure enough, here came the space whales.
Yeah.
At the end to take out the Empire.
Well, yeah, remove Thrawn from it.
Yeah, Yeah, because at the very end, they grab around Thrawn's ship, and Ezra's on there holding the door shut and holding Thrawn
in place.
and then all of a sudden they hyperspace out of there, and you don't know what happened. I mean, the windows are broken, so theoretically they should, unless he's got a force shield around them,
or unless the space whales themselves
create something,
because
like
they have to be able to breathe
They're,
out there too.
True, you're right, because they are a flesh and blood creature. So maybe they have their own atmosphere around themselves, so they're close enough to that they can survive.
Right, they're within it. Like being on that ship, they're like within that atmosphere. That's what I took away from it on that part.
Or maybe they hyperspace into another planet and just got lucky and stopped.
Well, if you noticed when Ezra was talking there at the end, before they even left the planet's surface and the whales are going around him, the glass was floating around him like he was already in space, even though he's not in space.
Yeah.
So that made him feel like
the space whales had already
created
the gravity and
created something around the ship.
Right.
To grab a hold of it, and then they just pulled the ship.
Yeah, because I don't think that was his force abilities that were making that stuff rotate. I think it was
more
the space whales had created that negative gravity.
Yeah. To build a hyperspace through it. So that's probably how him and Thrawn both survived the hyperspace with the whales.
Right.
Interesting.
Also, we have... I guess we should say, what the ending to each character is. So Ezra and Thrawn, you don't really know what happened to them.
No, they get hyperspace by the whales, and it's wherever the whales decided to take them.
Yeah.
Right. And apparently it was somewhere where they couldn't get back from easily. Otherwise, Ezra would have come back a long time ago, because this thing, the very ending, jumps from the end of where the rebellion's beginning to after the Battle of Endor.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time there where Ezra's missing.
Mm-hmm.
And he never came back.
Right.
And Thrawn's missing, and you don't know what happened to him. But Sabine kind of tells the story of what happens to everybody else.
So, basically, Hera and Rex. Rex is confirmed to be on the Battle of Endor. He's that guy outside the base.
Outside the bunker.
Outside
when
the
Han
bunker.
runs around the corner, he's one of the guys standing there with the beard.
You can see him.
Yep.
You can see him.
He's there in Return of the Jedi.
In Return of the Jedi.
And then him and Hera both
fought at the Battle of Endor.
I did not know Hera was pregnant, but apparently she was, because she gave birth to a boy. And
it's Kanan's son.
What is it? John? James? Something like
Jason.
that. Jason. I was like, Sadula. I know it's a J.
Jason Sadula.
Jason Sadula. And then, the best ending, in my opinion, which was Zeb and Callus's ending, where Zeb took him back to the new planet where the what was
Lestat.
The Lestats, yeah, live, and
Callus
just gets to live out his days.
As a member of the Lestat.
Yeah,
even though he thought he was the responsible for destroying all of them,
for wiping them
out, wiping that whole species out. They forgave him and allowed him to live on their new planet.
Yeah, that was the best.
That started the tears.
That one got me.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
That's when you know how you were invested in the characters that you were watching.
Yes.
Right. When you start to cry because of this kind of stuff.
Right, it's a cartoon, but the tears are welling up in my
eyes. And then we'll let Jay say what happens to Sabine, because that's one of his favorite parts there.
Well, Sabine Wren herself stays on Lothal, and she thinks Ezra wanted her to do that just to keep guard of Lothal and stand guard and sort of be in charge there. The war never came back to Lothal. The Empire just didn't go back. Probably wasn't really that, once the fuel...
Yeah, once the fuel
and the Jedi Temple was destroyed, there probably wasn't no reason to go back.
Yeah,
except for revenge.
Yeah.
But they were on to bigger and better things by then.
Well, they were
hunting down the rebels.
They were having to fight the Death Star as well.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd think that maybe as revenge, the Emperor would be like, yeah, I take the Death Star to Lothal and blow that crap up.
Right. Yeah. I think it was just so remote, Emperor, or not Emperor, but Tarkin says, far too remote to make a good demonstration.
Yeah.
Something else. And that's where I think, using it on Jeddah and all that stuff, they do it in Rogue One, which comes after the Battle of Lothal. But then, Ezra tells Sabine,
I need you to do something for me.
Right. I'm
counting on you.
And he never tells her what it is.
So she just sort of has I don't know, she just feels it, I guess.
Yeah,
it just kind of comes to her, what what Ezra wanted her to
Well,
do was find him.
Well, she at first thought that Ezra meant to protect Lothal. That's what she first thought, because she just spent basically most of her days on Lothal.
Yeah, from A New Hope all the way through Return of the Jedi, she was just there protecting it, and she didn't need to be.
But then somebody very special shows up.
That's kind of,
Right. Ahsoka shows up, and basically that's when Sabine, I think, really realizes, oh, I need to go with her
to find
Ezra.
And that's where the show ends, with them flying off.
Yep.
So, could that be the next
animated series? It would be really cool to see Ahsoka and Sabine working together. Yeah,
and even if it's just has nothing to do with it wouldn't have anything to do with the Empire. It's gone. But maybe you would see the beginnings of the First Order, kind of a little tiny bit.
You might see
I don't know.
I'm thinking that they made it to the dark areas of space,
wild space,
the wild space areas where it's uncharted. I think that's where the space whales took them, and maybe Ezra and Thrawn came to a thing Thrawn's like, I was just in it for my people, and then Ezra starts to understand Thrawn's motivations, and is more forgiving of those motivations and stuff.
Because, if you think about it, it's kind of the same thing for Thrawn that it was for Ezra. He's just fighting for his people.
Yeah. Right.
Like Ezra was. Just, maybe in a different way, but,
That, and you also have what Thrawn tells Ezra why he's going to lose, even though he doesn't end up losing, is because he has the Jedi sensibilities and the morals.
Yes.
So if he kind of gets the story from Thrawn about why he was doing that, and now he knows the Empire's gone, maybe he would be able to forgive or let Thrawn live and go, I can understand why you were doing what you were doing.
Right.
I was fighting for my people, but you were fighting against me, but fighting for your people. And it's just, it's perspective. So it's a different point of view. It's a certain point of view.
Yeah.
So if maybe he's able to look at Thrawn's point of view and forgive him for what he had done.
Right, and I would like to actually see it kind of go there, and it would be more of Ahsoka and Sabine trying to find.
Yeah, it's like total adventure.
Ezra and.
Yeah, more of like a clue mystery searching kind of
Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
kinda.
Yeah.
But also have when they do find, maybe they find him in the second season or whatever, have more of a conflict between Thrawn's people and maybe Snoke out there in the wild space.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm trying to think of how much time.
And maybe Snoke was the threat that Thrawn was trying to get rid of all along.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, after the Return of the Jedi, there's 30 years, so there's a long time before the First Order really becomes powerful.
Right.
I'm trying to think of how much time.
Snoke could be out there doing other things.
Oh yeah, already starting his.
I'm trying to figure out how much time has passed, so I can kind of gauge the ages on Ezra and Sabine.
Well, Ezra would be the same as
Luke.
Same age as Luke.
So how old? Early 20s, right? When he defeated mid 20s. When he defeated
at the end of Return of the Jedi,
when he defeated Darth Vader and saved Endor.
Yeah.
Mid 20s.
Yeah, it's 4 years, I think, in between A New Hope and.
So he'd be 20, 21.
21, yeah. Or 22 maybe he would be, because he was 18 when New Hope started up, right?
I thought he was 16. Is he 18? I don't know. Well, either he's in his early 20s. To say that.
So I wonder if we get to see, kind of a more matured looking Ezra, with maybe a bit of scruff. Got the Kanan Jarrus look going on with the beard. I don't know, maybe that'd be kind of cool to see. And seeing Ahsoka develop more would be always great.
Right, which she would be much older.
Well, you already noticed when she showed up, even though she had a hood over, you could tell that her whatever those are that the Togrutas have.
I know they have.
She had way more than what she had before. They're growing. Right. I think they just continue to grow as you get older.
Yeah,
because
Shaak Ti's is long.
Yeah, down to her knees.
She's probably in her 40s.
Yeah, she doesn't mature Togruta.
Yeah.
So, but Ahsoka's got to be in her 30s or almost 40s.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, by time
in the Battle of Endor. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting. I mean, hopefully they do something with it. Otherwise, you just kind of you're left on a major cliffhanger.
I mean, it makes sense to go and do something like that. At least something with Sabine and Ahsoka. One, Dave Filoni, Ahsoka is Dave Filoni's like hero, if you will,
Oh yeah,
the one that he follows.
Yeah, he loves Ahsoka's
and
character.
now Ezra. But I mean, Ahsoka was a little thread through this entire Rebels.
Yes.
So to get her back and then maybe Ezra together, by midway through a new series of
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
animated series.
Yeah, even if it was just like if they do something for like the Disney streaming or something, and it's like a little lower budget, and it's just
Leku. That's what the head tails are called. Leku. I knew they had...
Montrals.
And Montrals, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew they had a name.
The tails are I think the
back.
the Leku is the back one, and the
And
Montrals
then
are the two
Montrals,
sides.
Yeah. But anyway, what are you saying?
nothing. Just it'd be interesting, even if they just do something that's like not
Streaming on the Disney.
Yeah,
series.
it's not like like a major production, but just something so you can get that story. Of
I think
knowing
it would
what's
be
going on, what
interesting to
happens.
see more of like a dark tone for that kind of series.
Yeah, and it'd be without any like Empire kind of stuff.
Yeah, like they'd have to go against like maybe space pirates.
and anything out there in the wild space.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Who knows what exists out
Yeah.
there? That
Who
could,
knows?
that
That
could
could be
really bring a lot into
Star
the
Wars,
Star Wars
universe. Yeah.
yeah.
And heck, really, you could do it without interfering with canon too much.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you could do almost anything without interfering with canon if it's in
Especially
wild
if
space.
you leave like Snoke and the First Order out of it completely, and
Yeah.
you just do it out in wild space. And
And it's just Ezra, Thrawn, Ahsoka, and Sabine,
yeah.
and then
As the
other as the
other
four
characters.
major characters, and then other characters beyond that.
Maybe
You're
a
not
droid
you're
that
not
they
running
find
into
or
any
something.
of the canon stuff at all, really.
right.
That you have to
Yeah.
worry about what they're doing interferes with what happens
Yeah.
in
That actually
Force Awakens.
Reminds me, you know who we haven't seen? And I was actually surprised that we didn't see him in this finale. The Imperial droid that they have. Remember the guy,
Yeah.
like the guy with the Alec Rickman voice? The-
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm like,
Oh.
yeah, that guy. We never saw him. I was surprised that we didn't see him. I would have thought that he would have taken place in the.
I was
battle.
glad they brought Hondo into it at the end.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'd do anything for that boy.
Yeah.
And I also like Ryder's role.
Yeah.
Because it totally double cross
Price.
You
Price.
think- and they did a pretty good job of making you think he's actually the one. you
Right.
know,
I thought he was
well,
actually doing it for real.
them,
Like,
for real. Me too, because it's like, why would they want to bring all of them down on top of him? That doesn't make sense.
right.
But that was the whole plan from the
Uh-huh.
beginning. They were just hoping the ghost got there on time, and it did.
Yep. So
This-
overall, I love that. Like,
The final 4 episodes of this one are really, really good.
Yes. Actually, just this whole final bit, so all 6 of them.
Yeah.
yeah, the last half of this final
Season was really good. Yeah, there's
Right.
not much else to
And
say.
also,
but
like we haven't talked too much about the time thing that Ezra was in when he saved Ahsoka.
oh yeah. I
Uh,
forgot to show you the video.
just hearing all those voices from the past
past,
and is so.
I'll
cool.
I'll show you the video after this. If you guys want to know who was talking and like maybe you didn't recognize some of the voice clips that they used, Star Wars Explained has a full video of them basically fading in the scenes as the clips
Voices are talking.
so you know where each of the lines come from. And it's a really good video, so definitely go check that out. I'll show it to you guys after we're done
Right.
here.
But my favorite lines, though, are anything with Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Some of the greatest lines.
You know,
Yeah, he's probably one of the most memorable things of the original movies. Is Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan?
Yeah, has Obi-Wan. Because, he's in all of them.
Mhm.
He's just very bit part in the last
Right.
2. He's just a Force ghost
Yeah,
in the last 2.
and just a voice
And a
sometimes.
voice sometimes, yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see what else they come out with.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what the next cartoon series is going to be.
Yeah, or TV series.
Or TV
in
series.
general.
or whatever.
Yeah. All right, so
Dave Filoni's got to start working on something.
I
overall,
think
already
they've already
is.
worked on it.
overall, a solid 10 out of 10.
It's pretty
For
close.
Rebels? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the whole series. There's always those episodes where you're like, man, this is just a filler, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's great that they brought back things like the space whales. You know,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that comes from Clone Wars.
that wasn't
Right?
just that was in the
Oh,
Rebels.
It was in Rebels.
Yep.
Oh, it was in Rebels.
Yeah,
That's right.
'cause-
I mean, it wasn't just like a filler episode.
Yeah.
You needed to see that episode to
So
understand.
Yep.
You know, so you still had to pay attention through all the
Yeah.
episodes because you never know what was going to come back and what
I mean,
wasn't. And
I mean, I will be the first one to say that I like Clone Wars better than Rebels, and even Clone Wars had pretty big filler.
Oh yeah, there's some filler episodes.
But
All
some
those.
of the arcs that they had in that series were just amazing.
they had a more time to, to set up characters and to give them like those arcs.
Yeah.
And Rebels was confined to 4 seasons.
4
Yeah.
seasons, yeah.
Well,
And on a Disney XD channel, which is like 20 minutes an episode.
Yeah.
When you really break it down.
Yeah.
They just don't have a whole lot of time to really develop. They still had to move story along. Whereas Clone Wars, yeah, you get to learn a whole lot more about Obi-Wan and Anakin. And you get
Ahsoka. And,
to, meet Ahsoka and learn her entire, follow her arc through the whole thing.
and there's betrayals, like,
Right.
just like, for
Plus,
example...
I mean, Grievous you get to know more about.
Yeah.
And Dooku, yeah. Maul.
Darth Maul. Yeah,
Savage,
Right, I mean, they,
Ventress.
That's pretty amazing how much stuff goes on in that.
One
Brother,
series.
Towson, I mean, you
Was there
get a-
seven seasons of that?
6 seasons.
6
6 seasons.
But they're longer episodes.
longer
Yes.
episodes, so they had more time with them. With
Because
those
I think they're all like
characters.
48 minutes long or whatever.
Plus more episodes per season, I think.
No, they're all 30 minutes long.
No, I swear some of them are longer than that.
I think they're 40.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll have, to
So.
watch, I'll have to watch them.
Yeah.
Again. I have all the DVDs.
I want to rewatch that series again anyway. Just to get me hyped again.
But you're right. I think overall, I would put Clone Wars just a touch above Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Something's got to be a little bit better than the
Right.
other.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't all be equal.
Clone Wars introduces me to my favorite character in Star Wars. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for it to top top that. So, even though I get to see her in Rebels.
Yeah.
All right. So what's first up on the news?
We have Lucasfilm drops Solo, a Star Wars Stories international trailer. Now,
That
I
doesn't
didn't.
mean like they drop it. It means they like released it. I don't
Yeah.
know why people put that kind of wording in there.
Now this time we actually have audio, so breeze. All right.
And it's pretty much just what we've already seen.
Just
Yeah.
in a different sequence,
Yeah.
and there's like a second longer in one of the scenes, but.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, he definitely has Han Solo's attitude down.
Hey, kid. I'm putting together a crew.
still don't know what's going to be the whole plot. We don't know.
Right.
It has something to do with whatever mission this guy's wanting to do.
I might be the only person. Who knows? What you really are.
What's that? Get ready. Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
Space whale.
Maybe. Could be
Maybe.
could be a new creature. Who
Could be a
knows?
new creature.
So that was the Japanese trailer
Yeah, it was.
for
And-
Japan.
And it's basically the exact same one you guys have seen for
Yeah.
the America.
All the same images, just cut differently. Just
Yeah.
a different sequence. But it still gets me excited for the movie. I've been talking like at my regular job because this doesn't pay.
Too bad.
Yeah, too bad. Maybe one day. At my regular job, I have a good friend that's into Star Wars, and he's really excited about the Solo movie too. So, and he's not as big a fan, as we are, but he's super excited about seeing the Solo movie. So, it's starting to make its presence known.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a few
Amongst
people
just the idol
who I talk
fans.
to who think that this movie's gonna blow. But I mean, hey, if you go into the movie with low expectations and boom, it rockets up those expectations, then
I'm going
I think
in
it's
with I'm gonna try to just go in with
a neutral
neutral
standard.
expectations, and just to have fun with the movie.
Yes, that's all.
Yeah,
I'm looking for is a
I'm
fun
not
movie.
I'm not looking for anything mind blowing or.
Yeah,
I'm just looking for entertaining, fun, exciting.
Yeah, and something that's kind of outside the timeline. I mean, it's still in the timeline, but it's not like pivotal to canon or anything.
Right,
It's
yeah,
just a fun
Right,
action movie is what I'm
And
looking for
just-
out of this.
right. You get to learn more about Han and Chewie and Lando.
Lando, yeah.
I mean, that's really what I'm looking forward to. I know people are, but he's not Harrison Ford. He's not going to sound. You're right. He's not Harrison
just
Ford.
gotta let that
he's
go.
not going to sound like. If you're going in thinking that, you're already going to ruin it for
You're
yourself.
going to disappoint it yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm going in. Yeah, I'm going in with the same attitude. Is just I hope it's just a fun, good movie,
Right.
and just let go of all the other stuff that you know about Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Lando, and just enjoy the
right,
movie.
Have fun with the movie.
yeah.
With the experience of
It's
it.
like people can't freaking do that anymore.
No.
No.
Can't have fun in movies anymore.
People are like too uptight about certain things,
Yeah.
They just
I mean,
Let
I'm
it
a
go.
Huge,
It's-
I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but it doesn't bother me if you do something different with it.
Yeah, no.
if I don't like this movie, guess what? I'm still gonna be a Star Wars fan.
yeah.
It's not like I'm like I quit Star Wars.
I'm out. Tear this down. Tear it all down. Sell everything. I'm done. I'm gonna go pout in a corner.
Because it wasn't
Rip off my
because
sticker
it wasn't
off.
Harrison Ford in the movie.
And all I'm gonna do is get on Twitter and just rant all day, every day. Like, oh, you guys need to get over yourselves.
I know.
The people who do that are just driving me nuts.
Just
Block.
think of how just how crappy their lives are.
Yeah,
Must be- your life must be miserable.
Right.
just
You must-
If that's
pissed
your
off
whole-
all the
if
time.
that's your if that's your whole life is to go on Twitter and just rant about crap, your life really sucks.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If all you're doing is complaining
You kind
about
of feel sorry
Star
for those
Wars.
people. It's like, man, dude,
Like, just-
let it go.
Yeah.
find something else to ruin.
Yeah, I know.
Next
right?
topic. Otherwise,
Oh,
we
this
just
one's even just sad. So, like,
No,
you know, it's
sad-
not
sad.
lightening up the mood any.
Oh, yeah.
John Williams may retire from Star Wars after Episode 9.
I think it's the perfect send off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 trilogies
Yeah, that's-
plus Rogue. I mean, no, he didn't do Rogue One.
No.
but just 3 trilogies. Holy cow, 9 movies,
3 trilogies, 9 movies, and plus all the other movies he's done.
and also probably, you know, these movies made John Williams the most famous conductor of the 20th and 21st century.
Yeah.
At least the 20th
Yeah.
century. Or 21st.
I mean, no,
20th.
Yeah.
20th century. The 1900s.
Hundreds, yeah.
He's the most famous
composer,
conductor
right.
of music in my lifetime, in my generation. By
Right.
far.
Yeah, by far.
I mean, I can't even name another composer or conductor of today. But I can name
I
John
know one.
Williams just because you could almost play any of his stuff from Star Wars and people know
day.
where it came from. They may not know his name, but they know the music. Like,
Right.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, Star Wars. Yep.
Right.
He's the guy. It did it.
I mean, he's an icon.
Yeah.
So to know that he's going to do Episode 9, and that might be his,
Last thing
Last
was Star Wars. He might do other things, but yeah.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
He deserves to just do whatever he wants.
he can
Let-
retire whenever he feels
Right.
like it after that.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever.
Well, I mean, this is supposed to be the last ever trilogy in the saga.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's what they said about Return of the
you mean
about
Revenge of the Sith?
No, yeah, about the prequels.
Yeah.
When nobody ever thought we were going to get
Episode
7, 8,
7,
9.
yeah.
So I wouldn't ever say never, because you never know what they'll do.
Wow. When you can make $2 billion
I mean,
off of
15 years from now, when John Boyega's older and Oscar Isaac's older, and
Daisy Ridley.
Ridley's older, they could just do a whole nother
Next
thing
generation.
well,
with them.
you're good. There's going to be other stuff too. Well, we already know that,
already
but
3 trilogies,
but-
or 2 trilogies coming out.
you have to keep that
Yep.
fan base. You've got to keep grabbing those younger generations, otherwise it will die off.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why I think we'll never get rid of the animated series, because that's a great way to introduce young kids to Star Wars. Yeah. Going off of that,
Where's my phone? There.
we haven't heard, and there's this. I mean, we've heard about the trilogy that's going to be done by Rian Johnson.
Yes.
We've heard about the trilogy that's going to be done by the guys who
Game of Thrones
guys.
did the Game of Thrones. We have not heard since sometime 6-8 months ago anything about the Obi-Wan movie.
Yeah, no.
Is it still happening?
True, we haven't heard anything.
Nothing. I mean, I remember at Star Wars Celebration that Kathleen Kennedy said that they were going to announce the next a Star Wars story film.
Yeah.
Not the Solo film. The next Star Wars story film.
Yeah.
Like by June or July, which would have put it around D23 or Comic-Con. Never happened.
Never.
No.
Yeah, that's
Never
true.
got announced.
It didn't get announced.
So do you think Obi-Wan's getting put on the back burner based on how Solo does?
Maybe.
If Solo doesn't do very well, we'll never see the Obi-Wan movie. If Solo does well, we'll get the Obi-Wan movie.
That might be true.
They might be playing a gambit with it, you know.
Right?
They're just wanting to see what the Solo movie does, and if it doesn't do as well as they're hoping, why put money into something that other people are like, we already know Obi-Wan's story, we've already seen all this. What are you going to give me?
Because Rogue One was different. We didn't know any of that part of the story.
The only difference to this one would be, though, if you did the Obi-Wan movie, is you're going to do it in between what you already know of him and what you know from A New Hope. It's the middle section, and it's what had happened to him for those.
Right. Did he just stay on
Lots and lots of
Tatooine
years
and
in
look through
Texas.
some,
Binoculars over
at Luke and just watch him daily?
Watch him daily, yeah.
Or did he,
Actually have adventures.
right, did Yoda contact him through the Force and say, I need you to do this.
I need you to do this.
I need you to investigate this.
Yeah.
Because that's what Obi-Wan did for the Jedi Council. He was an investigator.
He was an investigator. That's why I loved Obi-Wan in the prequels. He's my favorite.
He's the one that went to Camino.
Yep.
He's the one that went to Utapau.
Yeah.
Utapau, yeah.
Yeah. He's the investigator guy.
He's he's like the PI of the Jedi.
Chief Inspector
And
Obi-Wan
Kenobi. Qui-Gon was sort of that same way. I think Qui-Gon was more of the, I'm going to get you to see things our way. That's why he was sent on that diplomatic mission to try to get the blockade done. So I think that was sort of Qui-Gon's thing. He was the
negotiator.
Negotiator, yeah.
I'm going to tell you how it is, and I'm going to be nice about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to
This is right. Yep. This is how it's
But I'm
going to be.
not going to budge from
Right,
my
exactly.
deal, yeah.
You're going to make a deal with us, or, you're not going to like the outcome.
Yeah.
So, I think Obi-Wan was that pure investigator. Like, he just loved doing that stuff, getting out there sort of on his own and going to find Jango Fett.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of cool to see the Obi-Wan. I still hope they do it.
So do I, but if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
We've got 6 other movies we know are going to happen.
Right.
Well, 7 if we count Episode 9.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that we know are coming.
yeah.
At least for now.
At least for now.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, they could cancel one of them if they wanted
Right.
to.
Yeah.
If they don't like the direction they're going
Going
with,
in,
they're gonna-
yeah.
What was it? Solo's coming out when?
25th of May.
25th
Yeah.
of May.
Then
All right.
Memorial Day weekend.
Same day that, came out? A New Hope. May 25th.
All right.
1977.
Yep, so it's coming up.
And that's
Solo,
like, I've read a few things about people just saying, like, it's too soon for another Star Wars movie. And that's why
just
it's
being
not
6 months
That's
after.
why it's not going to... There's not a real big excitement for it and all that. Like, the big Star Wars fans, they're excited. It doesn't matter. There could be another one right out. There could have been one the weekend after
Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi. I would have been there.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I mean, they could put out 3 a year like Marvel does, and we'd all be there.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm glad that they're giving us some time after the Solo movie. We're gonna get
Yeah.
A year and a half.
a year and a half to Christmas time again for 2019 for Episode 9. I'm okay with that gap.
As long as they bring out, I don't know, maybe a show.
Well,
or
hopefully the cartoon, the
Right.
next cartoon will drop sometime between
that
May
Solo.
and
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
Solo and Episode 9.
9.
Yeah, it very well could. I mean, I don't know when Disney's expecting to have their streaming service live or up.
Yeah, no.
But it could just all come out there just like Netflix does. Oh, here comes the next season of Jessica Jones. Boom, we get it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike Amazon where you get it doled out to you
like
once a week.
Yeah, for Top Gear, or not Top Gear, but
Grand
Grand
Tour.
Tour, you get it
yeah.
doled out.
Yeah,
Weekly.
kind of drives me nuts.
I like the way Netflix does it, where they
Me
just
too. Because then
give
I
us
just
the
watch
entire
as much
season.
as I want.
I just binge as much as I want. And
You started season 5 of Voltron yet?
no, not yet.
I have to watch that.
I
yeah.
watched the first one. It's pretty good.
I have to watch that.
All right. So what's our next topic?
What's
Dylan?
the last topic of the day?
We have Ryan Johnson runs the rule over Star Wars The Last Jedi deleted scenes.
Yeah, so in this article, he sort of picks out 5 of the 14, I think, deleted scenes that are going to be on the Blu-ray, which is coming out next week, I believe.
Ooh.
Um,
Gonna have to
I
pick
think
that
it comes
up.
out next
I think it's the
Tuesday.
20th or something like that, or the 24th.
14 or...
Is that what it is?
I think it's next Tuesday. I could be wrong.
And it's this month.
But anyway, like,
Yeah.
He just sort of like gives us a little synopsis of sort of what the deleted scenes are about. It's a pretty cool
So
little article.
he says, we realized just for pacing that in that section that we had to stick with Ray and Luke. And we wanted to go straight from him slamming the door of the hut to the day in the life montage of him going around the island. Taking that bit out suddenly propelled us forward into that segment in a way that just felt much better for the film. I was very sorry to lose it. I think it's beautiful performance from Mark Hamill, but I think that we get a similar beat with him later when he's in the Falcon with R2. So it says, let's see here. Yeah, a shot of Luke mourning.
Yeah.
So it's this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Of Han.
Han Solo's death.
Yeah.
Right. When he...
So they just cut that scene out.
Yeah,
from the
it
morning.
just didn't sort of move the...
Yeah.
And I think they took Ryan Johnson... I'm anxious to watch all the deleted scenes. It's one of my favorite things about getting the Blu-ray,
Yeah.
is just to check them out.
And then the director also alluded to the moment in which Finn crossed paths with a fellow stormtrooper, which presumably aligns with those reports of a celebrity cameo, Tom Hardy and Prince Harry or William, being edited out entirely. The
That kind
implication...
of sucks.
Yeah, I know.
It is what it is.
The implication from the exchange is that this was obviously an embarrassment that this happened with Finn, and that First Order didn't let the info get out as much as they could. The tension is broken by the fact that he doesn't really know the story of what happened with Finn. And finally, The Last Jedi almost included an extended fight scene involving Captain Phasma and the man formerly known as FN-2187, but again, it was cold in the name of pacing. Pacing, entirely pacing. I really like the little moment of Phasma being caught and getting called out by John, and that little game of chess that they have, but we needed a much more condensed version of that scene, where essentially it's the same outcome. It's a little disheartening when you consider that Captain Phasma has been nudged into the back burner not once but twice, as the elite stormtrooper was arguably shunned during The Force Awakens too. I would be a little bit pissed off if I was Gwendolyn Christie.
About her scene getting
Yeah.
cut. She's a professional. She gets it. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm sure lots of her stuff in Game of Thrones have been cut too.
Oh, yeah.
it's the people like Prince Harry and William that get upset.
Yeah.
Which makes sense though, because you were going to be in the movie and then they just cut it. I mean, at least you're
You
able
were
to
on
see.
set. You were there experiencing
True,
everything.
I wouldn't get mad, but
I wouldn't be mad at all. You can cut
But-
my scene. I'll be there
Yeah,
every
I
day.
can understand how
I'll
you
see
get
it on the
mad.
cutted scenes on the
Right.
Blu-ray.
I can understand how you would get mad though.
A
Like-
little bit, yeah. Especially when you like thought you were gonna be in the movie.
Right, and you're
like,
watching the movie,
you're
you're
like,
watching, you're like, oh.
oh, that was my scene was right there. What happened?
Yeah.
It's like that episode of,
With Joey on.
no,
Oh, there's a Friends episode, right? Where he
Yeah,
thinks
yeah,
he's gonna
where-
be in something and it gets cut.
Big Bang Theory, where they're all sitting around waiting for Penny's scene on some show,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's never in it.
Yeah, she was never in it.
Yeah.
They cut my scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the part that you're talking about with Joey in the theater watching his big, like, doctor drama or whatever it was that he was in, and they just completely cut him out of the whole movie. He's like, where's my scene?
Yeah, the same thing happens to Penny on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It does happen to her.
But, very interesting. I'm definitely gonna just plunder these bonus features on this.
Yeah, I'm looking
On
forward to
Blu-ray.
just diving into them and hearing some commentary from Ryan Johnson about, why certain scenes got cut.
Yeah. All right, so that's all the news that we have today. However, we do have some of these.
It's the new
Trivial Pursuit.
Star Wars edition.
Yeah.
We don't have the box
Nah, I
in
said
here.
it.
But
No, the
somewhere.
box is...
anyway, there's a new one out. It goes up, there's some
All the way through Force Awakens.
Force Awakens
There's no-
questions.
Yeah, they didn't have. It was before the.
There it is.
See if it focuses.
Yeah, it is. There it is.
So it's before the movie was out for. The Last Jedi. So there's no Last Jedi questions, but there are prequel.
Right,
There's a bunch of prequel questions, the original trilogy and Force Awakens,
Yeah.
and I think there might be some stuff from like Clone Wars and stuff like that too. So it just depends.
All right, you want to read off a couple
Man,
questions?
look at the
or-
back.
No, I didn't. I was just looking to see if they had the categories on the back, but they didn't.
Yeah, like this.
Like
one's-
what blue means and
Oh,
what
no.
red means.
I don't think they really mean anything in this.
I could look.
I mean, it could be a timeline. Like the blue is A New Hope, and I don't know.
Let's see. I'll look at the instructions.
But anyway, we love this kind of stuff. Star Wars trivia.
Okay, so blue is the cantina, scenes, aliens, cameos, etc.
Okay.
Red is the force. For every action, there's a reaction. Yellow is heroes, villains, and scoundrels, all the main characters.
Okay.
Purple is the saga, the movie plots. Green, a galaxy far, far away, planets, cities, buildings,
Oh, that's the toughest
vehicles,
category right there.
etc. And orange is hyperspace or the wild
Card.
card.
And that could be pretty
That
tough
comes
as
tough
well.
too, because that could where you could get the like who directed,
This movie.
All right, so let's test your guys'
All right.
knowledge here. I'll just pull up one.
Okay.
First to buzz in or whatever.
Yeah.
Who does Jabba the Hutt call a weak-minded fool?
Oh, Bib Fortuna.
Bib Fortuna. That has got to be correct.
I was like, oh,
Buzz.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Bib Fortuna. That is
That's
right.
when Luke is using the Jedi mind tricks on him.
Yep.
All right. God, that like almost stumped me. I was like,
Oh, yeah, I like the questions that cut a little deeper. Like, you'd have to be reading that scene because you have to read the captions.
yes.
Yeah.
And like, retain that information to know. What is the first object that Luke Skywalker moves telekinetically using the Force?
Wasn't it? Oh, wasn't.
A rock. No.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
I know what it is.
I get to steal.
I can't answer. I know what it is now.
Oh, is it a lever?
No.
No?
Lightsaber.
Lightsaber
Oh,
and Hoth
okay.
And Hoth
Oh,
is
that's
reaching for
right,
it.
yeah.
hanging upside down.
He's hanging for it. Can't
I-
believe
I
I
was
jumped the
actually-
gun. I was thinking Dagobah.
I was trying to think of like the Death Star, and maybe he used it sometime in there.
Nope,
But he never does. No.
Okay.
Yep. So they're pretty
Yeah.
These are
pretty
pretty
good questions.
Yeah.
We'll do a couple more
Okay.
before we call it good. Who urges R2-D2 to take good care of Luke Skywalker during the rebel evacuation from Hoth?
Oh man.
Han Solo?
No, I think it's Princess Leia. Oh no. No. Crap. This is like my favorite movie, and I've watched it thousands of times. How do I not know this?
C-3PO?
Oh, it is 3PO.
That's-
Yeah.
Okay.
Take good care of him,
Take
R2.
good care of him, R2. Yep, it is 3PO.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, one more. Let's see.
You want to do the green?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Is that an easy one? If it's an easy one, just skip it.
Find the hardest one that you can.
That was not so bad. I got it. Luke Skywalker and Han Solo each don which item in the Millennium Falcon's gun turrets before battling TIE fighters?
Headsets.
Headsets
Headsets,
is
yeah.
correct. So, yeah, cool questions. We'll have to sit down and just play a full game of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, we'll have to split our...
Cells up.
and then be teamed up with Jordan with one of us and Mom with one of us, maybe, and
Courtney.
with one of us. So our team has a fighting chance because if any of us are both on the same team, if there's
It'll be
over,
over in a
that
second.
team's winning.
We can go find some other people to play against and
Right.
whoop the snot out of them as a team.
Take this to the Griffin comic shop, see if anyone wants to play
Right.
some Star Wars Trivial Pursuit.
All right. I think that's
Put a wrap on it.
All right.
Wrap this
Well,
up for
I
today.
hope that you guys enjoyed this 25th,
Fit 45th.
45th.
40. Sorry, not 25th, 45th.
Yeah, you're shortchanging us.
Cut us in half at the least.
45th episode of
You Darth Maul
Red
does.
2 Chatter. You mean Obi-Wan Kenobi, do you?
Yeah.
He has a thing for cutting people in half. Yes, I hope that you enjoyed this 45th episode of Red 2 Chatter. 5 more and we're at 50.
Yeah.
Yep, not too much further.
50. We're older than the... Technically, well, we're older than how many years Star Wars has been around. By episodes.
Right. Yeah, if you want to look at it like that.
All right.
But, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you?
Find me over on Instagram at jwilsonbydesign, and I'm always putting stuff up on our Red 2 Chatter page.
You can find me on YouTube as well under Major Glitterix. Link down in the description below. Just made some pretty big progress with Persona 5, so I'm very happy about that. So, yeah, go check that out. And, yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Bye!
Or day, or whatever time you're watching this.